Have you ever dreamt about taking a cruise on one of them fancy boats, soaking up the beauty and the magic just to free your soul? It's floating on the ocean, just a notion that seems out of reach. One thing on your bucket list is just to go and see the beach. You wanna see the world, but something always holds you back. You got that itching feeling, but your dreams got hijacked. There's lots of people out there that never get to cruise, but Helping Hands is helping making dreams come true.
Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, making your dream a reality.
You know you gotta do the things you've only dreamed about. Don't let anything stop you thinking you can't go all out. You can do the things you never thought were possible with Helping Hands to help you get there. Even oceans are no obstacle. You wanna see the world, but something always holds you back. You got that itching feeling, but your dreams got hijacked. There's lots of people out there that never get to cruise, but Helping Hands is helping making dreams come true.
Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, making your dream a reality.
So if you ever dreamed about taking a cruise in one of them big old boats, soaking up that sun, feel that breeze, yeah, there is still hope. Don't let the ocean be an ocean that is out of reach. Let's get together, help each other, and go see the sea. You wanna see the world, but something always holds you back. You've got that itching feeling, but your dreams got hijacked. There's lots of people out there, lots of people out there that never get to cruise, but Helping Hands is helping making dreams come true.
Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, making your dream a reality. Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, making your dream a reality.
So how did you first hear about Helping Hands for cruising?
I kind of didn't hear about it. It kind of fell in my lap through Roxy. Roxy and I had been talking over the years, and I didn't know that she had nominated me. So she had won the cruise,
Mhm.
and she was chosen, and she went. And then when she was asked if she knew of anybody who was in a particular way, and then she thought of me, and so she brought me up. And then I was contacted by Michael Ann, and yeah, it just went from there. And so Roxy texted me on Messenger and said, "Hey, are you free to talk?" I said, "Yeah, I'm free to talk." She says, "I didn't tell you this, but you've been picked for a cruise, and I didn't tell you." And I go, "What? What are you?" So she says, "I only have a couple of minutes. They want to talk to you." And there was an appointment that she'd made with Mike Lynn that I would. So it all came within 15 or 20 minutes. And so they talked to me and they told me all about it. I had no idea. I literally had no idea. So here I was, just stomping through life, and next thing you know, this thing, kind of falls in my lap. I go, "God, this is awesome! Like this is wonderful," because I've always thought about, kind of get what it would be like out on the sea, to visit the ocean. I've not been, even though I live in Orange County, but I haven't been. I've been to the beach a few times, but I've not been out on the water. I've not been out on the ocean. I've never been on a cruise. I've not been on a sailboat. I've not been on a catamaran. I've not been. We did take a little boat ride for the harbor once, the Long Beach Harbor, but it was inside the wall. It wasn't outside. It was just, oh, here's all the harbor, and here's the marina, and here's the places that are along the water. And it was, I don't know, a 30 or 40-minute thing. And that was just, I really haven't been out. So when you think about, how neat it would be, to get out and about and what that would be like. So going from nothing to something, now I've been able to entertain all these thoughts. I go, am I going to see dolphins on the bow? I hope the weather holds out, things like that. It says, yeah, I don't know. You can kind of know some things, but you'll never know till you're there. So
G'day folks, welcome aboard, nice to have you here. I'm having a special discussion with a lady in the background, and I've just got to put this forward.
Was los, Denise? Hallo? Denise?
Hello Denise. Denise, I hope everything's tracking. You asked me to please wake you up. It's 2 hours till get out time. Well. Let me just keep you posted and keep you excited. And well, if you don't start giggling now, you never know, right? Anyway, so chatting with Shaun. What have we got? What's happening? Whatever's happening to people out there like yourself, Denise, like us out in the workplace. You know, I can only send prayers. First of all, hopefully your bro's doing okay, and if he is, well and good, great. The good news is the only way is up. Yeah. Well, I can't sing right now because my voice is stuffed. But anyway, only good things. Only wishing you good things. Okay, so actually, board meeting happens next week. Today is the 2nd of June. Can you believe it? We're in the middle of the year, June already. So we're headed off to the second, and board meeting will be this coming weekend. So that'll be an exciting hit. This week has been a rather interesting one for us. On Friday evening, we had a baby naming. My niece gave birth to her second child, which was a baby girl by the name of Talia Clara. That's right, Talia Clara. And the next thing was on Saturday was the anniversary, the 2nd year of the anniversary of my dad's passing. And would you believe tomorrow is the 1st anniversary of Ilana's father's passing. So yeah, so we've had a little bit of a downtime over the last couple of days during the week because of things going on and so forth. As well as that, for those that know my mom, about 5 weeks ago she took a tumble, dislocated her shoulder and broke her scapula, the bone here. The doctors, she went to the specialists on Monday. The shoulder has been replaced in space, but the bones themselves are busy taking their time to heal. And if they don't heal fairly quickly, then she's in for a bit more surgery, or a bit of surgery. Anyway, Denise is saying that her bro is great. Asked the doc his prognosis. He said he didn't know we already outlived the usual. So that's good news. That's awesome news for his particular cancer, and he's doing great. And Denise likes the name, so thank you, Denise. That's awesome. Yeah, bless her heart, poor mom. She's 87 and she's left-handed, and the injured shoulder is the left, and she's trying to do everything like normal people, you know, use her right hand, but she's suffering miserably. All right, I've got to do this. I've got to have a sip of nature's best morning drink. Maybe you need one of these, Denise. It is actually caffeine. Anyway, so yeah, caffeine it is. All right, what's happening with Helping Hands? There was like an impromptu meeting going on this week. There is a lot of information out there. We've got a lot of inquiry from a large amount of organizations, predominantly in the military side of things. And Denise, you owe me something. It might take your mind off other issues temporarily, but you owe me something, which deals with our next topic, and that is the Heroes cruise happening in 2028. Bruce is still waiting on the final dates, but we have got some inquiries from a large number of organizations that are involved in the military. And the board have been having some discussions about ways of fundraising and so forth. And part of the discussion process was, those, they're talking about challenge coins. That's been a very interesting one. And the board is going to discuss that on the weekend. And it's for some of us, it's a really great idea. For others of us, we don't understand it, we don't know much about it, so we're certainly looking forward to the learning curve on the weekend. So that will be amazing. Also looking at other ways we can get things involved. For example, on the Heroes Cruise, we're looking at getting some serious numbers. And so right now, it looks like there's a group that is going to get involved that wants to do certain type of photography for that, like calendar photography. So that's going to be amazing. And they're chomping at the bit. They're actually a little disappointed that we don't actually have the date just yet. But when that happens, they'll be really excited about that one. Also, we are looking at one of the other activities we're looking at is if there are enough numbers that'll join us, we're looking to get a bit of space on the cruise ship that we can use as a sanctuary, so to speak. So if anybody needs a little bit of time out during the cruise, they can either pop in with us or with somebody, have a bit of quiet time. If not quiet time, have somebody to chat to. So we're looking at trying to get some exciting things happening there. We're actually looking at right now selling out 200 cabins. And if we can do better than that, we'd be even in a much better place. So right now, we're looking forward to all the inquiries. And by the way, it doesn't go astray that if you decide you are interested and you want to have a cabin held, we can take a deposit, like a holding deposit, like say 10 or 20 or 30 or 50 bucks. We'll put that into a separate account. We'll hold that until the dates are released, in which case when the dates are released, Bruce will then get in touch with you, and that deposit that you've put down will be down payment on your cabin, and you can then select your cabin from there. So that's what we're trying to look at doing in the short term. So we want as many people as possible to try and get involved and do that, of course. So the Heroes cruises, including vets, Gold Star families, first responders from all branches, whether they are fire, police or paramedic, as well as, of course, the military. Now, vets are... I must be telling the truth because I sneezed on the truth. Excuse me. So the vets include people who are not only veterans but are current serving military personnel as well, because we believe that there's a whole bucket load of people out there who are currently serving that could utilize the benefit. And obviously I'm going to ask you folk, please go back and watch the HH4C channel, get yourself involved, get into one of the playlists, because we've got an interesting series going on at the moment, Who's Your Hero? We've currently had an interview with Matt DeFries, who is Crystal's partner. We've had an interview with Bruce, who's our TA, and we've also had an interview with Chris Svatek, who is our treasurer. All have had military experience. And they talk about their experiences on board the ship. And not only that, but their experiences with regard to the military, their national service and so forth. And why is it important for them to talk about those? Because they've all experienced it from the same place that the heroes are going to be experiencing life. And with that in mind, not only have they experienced life, but they've also experienced the cruise side. With the exception of Matt, it'll be his first cruise. But the key thing is, with those experiences, they also talk about how the changes occur, life changes. Still to come, we've got, we'll have a firefighter, we'll have a paramedic. We're hoping to get a Gold Star family member. And in actual fact, we'll be doing a bit of trying to get as much interview process happening with as many people who are of that persuasion to come on board and join us. The more interview we get, the more we're likely to get other people encouraged. So those who have never had the opportunity but can, will put their hard-earned cash down, book a cabin, join us on board ship, and you never know, we may have some exciting experiences together. Because I reckon this journey, whether it be the Helping Hands for Cruising journey via the Rock and Roll Tribute Cruise or the Heroes Cruise or the inaugural or the whichever, put a lime in it, whichever cruise you go on, that will make some changes to your life. And we know for a fact that Kenny's life was changed. He was our inaugural. I know Dan's life has been changed, the amount of friends he's made. In actual fact, I've got to get in touch with the boy. Also, Gabby's life has changed quite considerably. And we're waiting on a follow-up with Michelle and Gabby. So when we get that follow-up interview done, that'll be exciting. So let's have a look. Here's a bit of the rundown on the Heroes Cruise that we're looking to get people involved with. And let's hope that one of these hits the spot for you.
Backpacked in the hallway, boots by the door for one stay home. The calendar's finally empty, phone on silent, radio on low. You've carried strangers' midnights, stayed till every siren faded out. Today you're bored in sunshine, leaving all that weight on the dock for now. Helping Hands for Cruising puts the heroes on the weight. First to run into the fire, now you're sailing toward a change. From the station, from the front line, to an ocean-colored view. Helping Hands for Cruising helps the world say thank you to you. Salt air on your shoulders, coffee and a sunrise split the sky. The laugh line's getting deeper, talking like you finally got the time. Old scars, quiet stories start to loosen up around the rail. You remember how to breathe again with every gentle roll of the tailwind trail. Helping Hands for Cruising puts the heroes on the waves. First to run into the fire, now you're sailing toward station, from the front line to an ocean-colored view. Helping Hands for Cruising helps the world sing. Thank you to you for every night you never slept, every vow you always kept. This is more than just a trip, it's a little grace, a lifted grip. See the water, feel it prove, even heavy hearts can move. Oh, yeah. Helping Hands for Cruising puts the heroes on the waves. First to run into the fire, now you're sailing toward a change. From the noise and from the sirens to an endless sky of blue. Helping Hands for Cruising helps the world sing. Thank you to you. Yeah, Helping Hands for Cruising. This time the healing comes to you.
Yes, that's going to be an amazing cruise. We're certainly looking forward to it. We're looking forward to the benefits that will help each and everybody out there. Also, as a bit of a heads up, a couple of the board members have put together a cruise of their own. They're going on their own cruise, but what the benefit is, the more people that get involved in that cruise, they will actually donate one cabin for the Heroes Cruise. The cruise that they're going on is on, let me just pull up this flyer quickly. It's going on May the 29th to June the 5th, 2027, sailing out of Seattle and going up to Alaska. It's both Jen and Shannon. So if you are interested, give us a heads up and I will redirect you through to Jen and or Shannon, and they will take care of what needs to happen to get you involved in the cruise. Bear in mind that that cruise will actually give numbers permitting, of course, that cruise will actually get a recipient a free cabin on board the cruise. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. But yeah, it's just one more cabin for us to fill with a deserving person. So here we go. I've just to let you know, I'll get a flyer put up. I'll put it up alongside for next week's show so that you guys can be enlightened as to what we've got happening. All right. Having said that, let me move on and talk about other exciting things. So right now, all the focus is being put forward onto getting everything in place for the Heroes Cruise. We're waiting with bated breath for the NCL itineraries to come out. We know for a fact that our departure point will be Port Canaveral, and we will then be headed to one of the Caribbeans, probably Southern Caribbean, as far as I'm aware at this point. So it's going to be exciting. We're going to have exciting people on board, and we're going to have a lot of fun. So yes, please come and join us. As I say, it will be fun and we will have a good time. Now, not only are we asking for people, for you guys to come and join us on board the cruise, we're also asking if you know of anyone, can't be a family member, but certainly can be a friend or a distant relative or something. Can't be a close family member, like can't be a brother, sister, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, cousin, close cousin. If you know of somebody at a distant level that you think is deserving of the cruise, the primary focus is they've never been on a cruise before, and certainly are incapable of going on one for one reason or another, whether it's disabled, or they're the carer of somebody disabled, or they're a vet and they've been knocked around by the University of Hard Knocks, or they are a Gold Star family, or they are a first responder, and again been knocked around by the University of Hard Knocks, example 9/11, etc. Please, folks, nominate them. And the way to nominate them is put together a 2 to 5 minute video, Denise, a 2 to 5 minute video of why you think that person is deserving. It will then go up to the board. It needs to be put up to the board. And the sooner we get it up to the board, the better. Because if we can get it up to the board, then the good news is we can then discuss it and approve it. And if we approve it, yay, they're on board with us. And they'll be certainly doing all the things we want to do. So, if you hear a buzzing in the background, that's my printer doing something in the background. So I can only blame one person for that, and that is Ilana, busy doing work in the background. Either that or the printer's decided it needs to do a cleanup. One or the other. Anyway, so that's what we've got happening. Actually, it's almost 12 months to the day that you'll be on the Alaska cruise, and then once you're on the Alaska cruise, you'll be having some fun there and hopefully raising some funds and some benefits for HH4C so that we can get people on board the Heroes cruise. All right, so like I said, we've had some benefit talking to some of the bigger organizations, getting some help. These have all been military style organizations, but yes, we are working towards getting, if we can fill the ship, yay, and that means the ship has got 3,000 people on board, 3,000 recipients. But if we can get a quarter of that, we're excited. If we can get 200 cabins sold, we're excited. So certainly, whatever way we can help get people on board that ship, the more we are excited. And so, yeah, come on board, come join us, come do things with us. It'll be fun. We want lots of fun if we can help it. Yeah. So, for your info, to put a recipient on board a cruise, and this is the kind of money we need, to put a recipient on board a cruise costs us roughly $5,000 per recipient. And now, when we say recipient, it's generally a dual occupancy, because every cabin we get comes with a dual occupancy. So it's the recipient and a partner, whether it be their caregiver or their significant other or whatever the case might be. So in the case of people like, say, Gabby needed to have her caregiver, and Mum was her caregiver. So Gabby came along with Mum, and yeah, with Kenny, he was stubborn enough to travel on his own. But at the end of the day, if the way we look at it is, it's the cabin cost plus if the flight costs or travel costs to get them to the port, plus the hotel stay before, and or if they need a hotel stay the night of after, because getting them to and from home is part of our priority. So, and we also give them $150 spending money on board the cruise, so they can spend that anywhere they like, whether it's, I don't know, on an excursion, or they want to get some sort of activity, or whatever the case might be. That's what the recipient receives. I can tell you now, it changes a life. Kenny's life is way different today than it was before the cruising program started. So, folks, we look forward to your company. Look forward to having any of you on board that want to join us. Yes, please do join us. Please get involved. We want as many people on board as... Well, my goal is that if I can put 10,000 people on board a cruise ship, I'm excited. Can you imagine 10,000 people, what that would do to a cruise line? 10,000 people, that's like 3 fully chartered ships. That's huge. Now, if I've got 3 fully chartered ships on board the cruise ship, that means that that cruise has definitely made a very good profit on it, because we're not only taking the 10,000 recipients, we're taking a whole host of other people that make this thing go around. So we're also looking for people who are happy to assist, as in volunteer to be on board the ships with us, come and help us change the lives of the recipients, because nobody in the charity, so every dollar that goes into the charity goes to putting somebody on a cruise ship. So if we can put 10,000 people on, that would say that we've actually got close to 10. That's close to 200,000 people on board a cruise ship. Can you imagine? Even if we had said it that a recipient was 10%, which it's not. In some cases, like in the last cruise, we had, on the Rock and Roll, we had 36 people on board. Of that 36, 1 was a recipient. So I'm just saying to you, have a think, because at the end of the day, the more people we get on board the cruise ship, the more money the cruise lines make. The more money the cruise lines make, the better it is for them. So yeah, come and join us, folks. It's going to be good times. These recipients have memories that they can remember for the rest of their life. Kenny has got the memory of a security guard while he went into the nature reserve and did his constitutionals, right? I mean, who can say they've got anyway. Denise, thank you for popping in. I hope you have a wonderful run with the rounds, and more importantly, you get home safely and you have a very pleasant snooze, which is what you need, a very good sleep. So do that and we'll be excited. And only better news for bro. Okay, so with that in mind, folks, I'm going to call it quits. Tomorrow night I'll be on air with Jimmy, hopefully, if he doesn't do silly things and pull pins on me. So we'll be doing stuff with Jimmy. Please have a good time, have fun, and yes, folks, understand that we are changing lives. It takes an army to change a life, and so we're looking forward to having an army come and join us, because one person doesn't do it all. So with that in mind, folks, we wish you all a fantastic day today. Those of you that are starting the day, for those that are finishing the day, hope you had a very pleasant evening and you take it easy. We will chat with you next week. Have a great day and see you later.
Dreams set sail today, rising up no delay. Hands reach out, we say, join us, come what may. Waves of hope we ride, strength is found inside. Together side by side, we conquer every tide. Helping hands to cruising, every heart is choosing. Life's a sea we're losing, nothing just
This is from Fantastic Cruiser Group, Carnival Pride. We had a blast, we enjoy ourselves.
Smiles light up the night, under stars so bright. Turning
I want to
roads
thank him and my app.
holding on so tight. Sail with me we'll find
rest
joy
of the
in
group.
every kind.
That we all joined ourselves together, and they are great friends of ours now.
Moments we will
We got two
share.
brothers,
Love is in the air.
Who
and
are they?
With
Paul,
compassion's
Dewey,
care.
and Captain
Hand in
Billy.
hand we dare.
So you guys just had your first cruise. How did you guys enjoy it? And what do you think was your favorite thing that you did?
Favorite thing that we did?
Holding hands for cruising. Every heart is choosing. Life's a sea we're losing. Nothing, just keep moving. Holding hands for cruising. Every heart is choosing. Life's a sea we're losing. Nothing, just keep moving. Just keep
And do you
moving.
guys have any recommendations
Stars
for
light
first
up
time
the
cruisers?
night. Under stars so
Believe
bright.
everything you hear when they say you want to eat.
Wrongs to
That food here.
holding on so tight.
It's convenient, right at hand.
Sail with me, we'll find
The ice cream machine needs to
joy in every kind.
every time you walk through the door,
Leave
it's
the
right there.
past behind. In each
Great. Well,
way
thank you for
find
letting me
wine.
interview you.